Hello, everybody. It is Life FM. My name is Josh, and Matthew West is a man who has been absolutely killing it in the charts over here in the last few years. He's live with us now via the miracle of the internet. We're Skyping in right now. Matthew, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's awesome to talk to you, and so I'm honored to hear that my songs have made it to you and your listeners, and that means that I need to get past Skype one of these days and actually make it there for a real live concert for your listeners. That would be awesome.
Yeah, man. Oh, that would be so cool. Like I said, your songs are really popular over here. I do a request music show at night, and your songs are always getting requested. I actually my sister was Spotifying one of your songs the other day from her bedroom. I woke up to this music. I was like, oh, I thought that was just at work, but now it's everywhere.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but also thank you to your sister.
Yeah. Now, 24 shows in 24 hours. That's what you're doing at the moment. What were you thinking?
I'm wondering that right now because it's in the wee hours of the morning here in Nashville. But my new record came out at midnight on April 28th, and so it's called Live Forever. And the theme of the album, one of the big themes is the number 86,400.
Yep.
And that's how many seconds are in 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And so we thought, what if it would be, what if we could sort of illustrate the message of this record for everybody by showing them, hey, what if you had 24 hours and that's all you had? How would you spend it? How do you make the most 24 hours that God puts in front of you? And so the crazy idea was 24 performances in 24 hours. And we had the brilliant idea to call New Zealand while the rest of America is asleep. So
that's a good idea. Yeah, it's just coming. It's just nightfall now in New Zealand. What number show are we? Are we number one?
Oh, your concert number two. So
okay, we're number two. Okay.
Number two. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, that's cool. Now, you've just released, obviously, at midnight last night for you guys, or tonight for you guys, you've just released the new album, Live Forever. What was the focus for you with this project?
Well, the focus was really the album is inspired by the true stories of people's lives. 6 years ago, I actually began inviting people and giving them the opportunity to email me and share their testimony, their story with me. And I've collected over 40,000 stories from all around the country and all around the world. And so a lot of people might not realize, but the songs that you listed when you introduced me, the songs that you've been playing on the radio are all inspired by somebody's true story that was brave enough to just tell me their testimony. So this album, Live Forever, is another album. It's the third record where every song was inspired by somebody's true story. And the name Live Forever just came from this concept of every single one of our lives is telling a story. And too many of us get so beat up by our past, the chapters that have already been written, that they tend to dictate our future. And before we know it, history winds up repeating itself. And so I wanted to make a record that was kind of a victory charge and firing people up to go, hey, you know what? It's day one. It's time to make the most of the chapters of your story that have yet to be written. And from here until we go home to heaven, how can we make the most and live our lives in the light of eternity?
Yeah, that's so awesome. I remember hearing about that just before you released your last album, The Story of Your Life, and I just saw it as an incredible concept. You've obviously, you said you've had 40,000 letters or emails from people. How do you choose which, 12 or 14 or whatever to put on an album when you've got that many stories?
Well, that's a great question. The best way I can answer it is it's a crazy experience how these stories every day for the last 6 years, there hasn't been a single day that's gone by where stories haven't come into my website. And so I've just kept it going. And what I've done is when you get that many stories, that means you just gave yourself a bunch of homework. And so I have to try to get away. And I go and rent this lady's cabin not far from my house, and I go sit in this cabin for weeks at a time, and I read the stories that people write to me. And the best way I can describe the process is that I feel like it's less about me picking the stories and more about the stories picking me.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
I'll literally read a story and it'll feel like the biggest thought that winds up inspiring a song is if I read a story where I'm like, the whole world needs a story
Totally.
because this story is inspiring. And when I think about it that way, that's when I wind up picking up my guitar and writing a song.
Yeah. And so does the person that inspires the song, do you get in touch with them and, tell them that you're writing a song about them and stuff?
Yeah, matter of fact, this weekend has been a process. In the process of getting the record releasing, I've been surprising people and letting them know if their story inspired a song. So I was just in Omaha, Nebraska Friday morning, and I walked into a coffee shop and I met a girl named Michaela, who's a senior in high school, and her story inspired one of the songs on the record. And I told our team called her and told her she was going to be part of a documentary,
Oh,
and we couldn't think of another reason to get her to that coffee shop. And instead, I showed up and I stood up in that coffee shop and played her song for the first time. So it's been a fun experience. That's probably one of the most exciting parts of this process is kind of like going, it's one thing to write a song inspired by my life, but this has just been a special season where I can share the songwriting process with somebody who just shared their story. And it's just every moment is a really special moment where I get to kind of call and surprise them. And that's probably my favorite part of this whole thing.
now, as part of your 24 shows in 24 hours, you've got your guitar there. You've got a song that you're going to play for us. What's the name of this one, Matthew?
Well, I was thinking about playing a little day one for you and your listeners. You
Oh,
want to hear
brilliant,
that?
brilliant! Yeah, please do. It's one of the most popular songs on Life FM right now. So that would be amazing. I'll leave it over to you.
Well, you're helping me get my 24 shows in 24 hours, so this goes out to New Zealand. Well, I wish I had a short-term memory. I wish the only thing my eyes could see is the future burning bright right in front of me, but I can't stop looking back. Yeah, I wish I was a perfect picture of somebody who's never not good enough. I try to measure up, but I mess it up, and I wish I wasn't like that. Oh, well, I wish I wasn't wishing anymore. I wish I could remember that nobody's keeping score. I'm tired of throwing pennies in a well. Well, I gotta do something. Here goes nothing. It's day one of the rest of my life. It's day one of the best of my life, yeah. When I'm marching onto the beat of a brand new drum, yeah, here I come. The future has begun, day one. Well, every single day your grace reminds me that my best days are not behind me. Wherever my yesterday may find me, well, I don't have to stay there, no. See, my hourglass is upside down, and my Sunday soon is here and now. The clock is ticking, I'm so sick and tired of missing now. I wish I wasn't wishing anymore. I wish I could remember that nobody's keeping score. I'm tired of throwing pennies in a well. Well, I gotta do something. Here goes nothing. It's day one of the rest of my life, yeah. It's day one of the best of my life. And I'm marching onto the beat of a brand new drum. Well, here I come. The future has begun. Day one. And here comes the sun. Every morning, every morning, every morning, mercies are new. Every morning, I will fix my eyes on you. Every morning, every morning, mercies are new. Every morning, I will fix my eyes on you. It's day one of the rest of my life, yeah. Well, it's day one of the best of my life. And I'm marching onto the beat of a brand new drum. Well, here I come. The future has begun. Day one. Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, I felt that was just a performance just for me, but I know that the rest of New Zealand gets that as well. But that was awesome. Thank you, man.
Hey, thank you, man. It's awesome to talk to you and your listeners today.
Yeah, good luck with your next 22 shows, man.
Hey, wish me luck, man. I appreciate it.
Will do. It's Life FM.